Hello, everyone. It's Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper with Stampin' Up. And it is Tuesday night at 8, so it is time for our live. If you are on, give me a shout out, a like, a love. Let me know you're here, a thumbs up. Sorry, wrong platform. A thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up or say hello. Tell me where you're watching from tonight. I'm going to give you just a minute to find me. Move some things out of the way, get some things a little closer. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know about where you are, but I'm in South Central Pennsylvania and we have snow. It is a little too early for me to have snow. But I do. I have snow. Hi, Jen. So do you have snow, Jen? So apparently winter has arrived and I'm really not liking it very much. I have a lot of things to do without having to deal with bad weather to get ready for the holidays, right? It can come at Christmas. That's okay with me, but I don't really care for it right now. So, hey, Betty, good to see you. Good to see you. I really thought one of my cats was going to steal the show tonight because he was laying right here. Like I literally had to pick him up and move him. And he may come back because he's now on my other table and he's walking this way. So who knows? Oh no, Carol, you have it too. Hey, Donna. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I wasn't quite ready for it. Hi, Verna. I was really hoping to push that off just a little bit longer, but I guess not. I like it when snow doesn't show up until like February. Hi, Debbie. You're supposed to get it tomorrow. Oh dear. Yeah, I like it when it doesn't show up till February because then I figure worst case scenario, maybe one bad one and then some nuisances and then we're done. But I don't know. Maybe it's I haven't even looked to see what kind of winter we're supposed to have. Is it snowing there? Oh, thank you for sharing, Betty. I appreciate it. All right. Well, let's get started. Hey, today is the day, right? This sale is amazing. I don't remember the last time they did a sale quite this big. So I know some of you have already taken advantage of it, and thank you so much for that. And if you haven't taken advantage of it, from now through Friday, the annual catalog products are on sale. So not the mini catalog, not the holiday book or whatever you happen to call it, but the annual catalog products are on sale. It is 15% off all the stamp sets with the exception of the host sets. It is 10% off all punches, 20% off all dies, 20% off all embossing folders, and 20% off of the non-specialty designer series paper 12 by 12s. So the $12 ones. That's the easiest way to identify which ones those are. Hey, Janine. Oh yeah, so she went back, huh? I like that theory, Debbie. I'm all for that. How do we make that happen? Who do we have to petition? Donna's got snow. Seems like everybody's got it or is going to get it, right? Oh my goodness. So yeah, so great sale. Again, it runs through Friday. If you don't have a demonstrator that you're working with, I would love to help you. I will be posting the link to my store down below and would appreciate you shopping with me if you don't have someone you're already working with. You can also use my monthly host code, right? If you're placing an order, and you will receive my Just Cards class for just the postage, which is running about $4 right now. So these are the cards for this month, and they will be being cut on December 1st or 2nd and then go right out in the mail shortly thereafter. But you earn these with a minimum $30 product order, again, on my website using this host code, or you can purchase the class outright for $15. If you're local, there's an in-person class on December 7th at 3 o'clock. You can also do a porch pickup if you're local, if you can't make the class, and you can substitute stamps that you have. But this is really a greetings only necessary because it's all done with layers, die cuts, embossing, and designer series papers. So, and of course, you also get a full color PDF emailed to you. So that is what's happening with that sale. And like I said, thank you to those of you that have already placed an order. The other thing that happened today is we launched a new kit. And it is Timeless Greetings. And we actually got to play with this. I don't know where mine are. I still haven't gotten unpacked. But we got to play with this at on stage this past weekend. It's a great masculine kit, as you can see. You've got a pocket watch, you've got a globe. The imagery, the blue imagery on the globe is actually stamped, and then you stamp the world onto it, the continents, I should say, right? And then the watch is actually pre-stamped, and there's silver foil that goes around it. That's already die cut for you, and you just stamp the hands on it. And then, of course, the greetings. But it comes with a really cute stamp set. And again, great for masculine. That did just launch today. But again, just like all of our kits, it's while supplies last. Actually, so's the sale. If there's something really popular and it would happen to sell out, they won't be getting more back in time to take advantage of the sale pricing. So, you know, shop early, shop often if you want to, but definitely shop early. In this kit, though, just so you know, you get the 2 designs that you see here. You get 4 cards each. Of course, it always comes with your envelopes, your pre-printed card bases, all of your pieces that you need, and it is a full-size card. So keep that one in mind, and check out the other kits when you're out on my website, because there's lots of fun things out there. Just a quick reminder that Fitting Florettes product collection is still available, except it may not be actually by the full item number. The gold swirls are gone. So they have sold out. I don't know that they're going to be getting any more in. I don't know that they're not, but they did say while supplies last on all of these products, the swirls, the framed and festive, and the designer series paper. So they may not be getting more in, but they are gone. Everything else is still available. And of course, the bundle, the framed florets bundle, will be carrying over into the next mini catalog. So you'll be able to grab it there. All right. I think, other than telling you who won these pretty cards that we did last time, or we tried to do, right? We did this one. This one, I figured out where my dies went. When my husband took my pictures, he moved my dies, and they were like not even anywhere I would have actually gone to look for them. So I apologize again for that. But the winner of these is Debbie. Debbie Franklin, you are the winner. So I will be getting those into the mail to you hopefully tomorrow, right? Because I don't know if you want to use them this year or just hold on to them for next year, but they are kind of fall themed. So I'll pop those in the mail to you. All right, let's see. I think that's all. So we're going to hop right into our cards. And I decided to play out of the annual catalog tonight because we have that great special going, and I haven't really done a lot out of that lately. I've really been focused on the mini catalog. So I did this card at a workshop this weekend, and everyone really seemed to like it. So I thought I would share it with you, just focusing on some of the in colors, right? This is the Orchid Oasis for your background, and then the Tahitian Tide. That's 2 of the 22-24 in colors. And of course, the Sending Smile stamp set, which would be 15% off, and the Sending Dies, which would be 20% off. So be a savvy shopper, right? A bundle has a 10% discount where you're getting 15 on the stamp set, 20% off on the dies. It is better during this sale to buy individually. Order the item number and then order the die set. You will actually save more money that way. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out what we're going to be using, but you can see we've got a die to cut out our stamped sending, but there's also a die if you just want to cut it right out of cardstock. You don't even have to stamp it. So that's kind of cool. And then of course we have all the dies that we need to cut out all of the imagery. We've got an extra little flower die here, and then a couple label dies, which actually I didn't use tonight. Call me crazy. You have it? That's great. That's great. Yeah, I like this one too. And you can make it look springy, fall, summer, whatever colors you use with it, right? So all my magnetic bowls are upstairs because I have club almost every night this week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So it's a busy week here in the studio. So as I said, this is our Orchid Oasis. And of course it's purple. And did I mention, for those of you that know me, you know I'm going to love, before I even looked inside of the new mini coming out in January, I was in love because the entire cover is purple. So I was quite happy when I saw that. And there are gorgeous things inside of it too. So there's lots to be excited for, lots of good things to look forward to. Stampin' Up never disappoints. And we will be sharing some of that over the next couple of weeks as little sneak peeks, or maybe an unboxing. If I get an order in, I can do an unboxing for you and show you some of the product. I just can't show you the inside of the catalog yet. I have to wait till it actually launches. So this is, and all the measurements, as always, will be down below the video once we get finished tonight. I'll post those. But I do have a piece of Tahitian Tide. This was the 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 basic white, helps to make it pop. And then I have the Tahitian Tide here. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And I went ahead and I cut that circle out and already embossed it, right? So again, it saves you cardstock. Rather than cutting up another piece of cardstock to die cut a circle from, just cut it from a layer that no one's going to see. On this one, we have to be careful when we mount this that the skinny side is over here, because the wide side is where I'm going to run my ribbon. That metallic ribbon is so beautiful. So let's grab the In Color paper. Now this is one of the papers, and I think they consider it specialty because it is in color, but this paper is not on sale. This is a 6x6 designer series paper pack, and it is the 2022-2024 In Colors. You have the plaid on one side and you have the polka dots on the other. We're going to go with the plaid because I want that lighter colored background, right? Why I put it down the center? Force of habit, because it's going to go right over that circle. So you don't really have to put it down the center, but I did. And then I'm going to do it this way so I don't glue it to my tabletop or my grid paper. And now I can adhere. Try to keep it in the center of this spacing. Well, there's one benefit to owning your own Stampin' Up business, and that is I don't have to get up and go out to work in the snow. That does not upset me. I think that I was raised that if a flake flew, you were done. You didn't go anywhere. I can't tell you how many dances I didn't get to go to, or how many evenings I didn't get to go out with my friends or go on a date because there was snow. Now, please understand, as I'm going through all the things that were left behind by my mom and dad, I'm learning quite a lot. And that was not the case for her. Hey, Carol. Yes, I'm actually a little bit surprised at how much she was out running around in the snow, but she was a farmer's girl and she drove tractor and did all that fun stuff. So I guess she had good driving abilities. All right, so we're going to put our circle right about there. And I'm going to take a piece of basic white and the sending stamp. We're going to stamp that in Orchid Oasis. Almost matches my sweatshirt color. I want to make sure the die can fit around it, so I'm going to tilt it a little bit. Press down all over. Make sure if you are doing photopolymer stamps, right, you have some kind of cushion underneath you. One of the foam pads is perfect. I have a foam pad under this, so I didn't grab the smaller one. But that's so that you have some cushion, because the photopolymer does not have the cushion that the red rubber does. So you want to make sure. Hey, Corinne, thank you. You want to make sure that you do have some kind of cushion underneath of you. Then we're going to die cut that. And I'm just going to take it over to my die cutting machine. I did have my mini here earlier. I was going to use that, but now I'm in a massive project at my design table. So I had to leave it behind. Leave it behind for now. But this is a perfect stamp set and die bundle to use your mini machine if you have one. And like I always say, if you don't have any die cutting machine, then, and you're going to invest in one, then I always recommend you get the larger of the two, right? It is definitely more money. It gets you very close to your own party, right? $150 equals a party and you get $15 in free. So it does get you close to that. So it might be something great to pick up during celebration, right? Because not only if you got to that 150 mark, would you get 15 in free product, but you could get either a $150 item and one $100 item, or you could get three $50 items. So you get a lot more free stuff, right? And celebration's coming. It will be here in January and February. And unlike the last couple of years, it will be the only celebration this year. So there are new things happening, new timelines and approaches that we'll be talking more about as we move forward. But celebration will be in January and February. And there will be a new catalog come out in January. We're going to use the minis here. And then, of course, our annual catalog. And then we're going to have a couple of months before the fall holiday catalog comes out. That catalog will release in September next year. So we will have some months to focus on all the fabulous products in the new annual catalog. So that's kind of exciting because I always feel like we ignore the annual catalog. Like it comes out, we're like, hey, look at me. And then, oh, wait, here comes the holiday catalog. Now let's focus on that. And the poor annual's like, hey, you forgot about me already. We really didn't. And that's why I thought tonight would be good to focus on a couple annual catalog products. So stay tuned for more because lots of fun things are coming. All right, so we've got all our backings off. Love my take your pick tool for that purpose. My fingers are a little too fat to try to figure that out without it. And I'm going to put that right across there. Okay. And then I have a little white strip. And I have a card to say hello. This is just one of those nice little cards to have on hand for, you can make it for any purpose, right? Thinking of you, it could be a birthday card, a congratulatory card, a miss you card, all kinds of things. I'm using my grid paper, or trying to get that lined up. And hopefully I'm going to hit this. That's not too bad. We'll take it. We'll take it. And we're going to mount that onto a piece of Orchid Oasis. But it has nice thin greetings. So you can do these little strips. These are the strip. This is the strip size that's usually left over after you've cut your basic white, right? For your 4 by 5 1/4 inserts. So I know if you do that, if you do those inserts, I know you've got a ton of those laying around. I always have a ton. Okay, so we're going to grab some bling. Maybe. Okay, or maybe not. I thought I had it open the whole way on the side, but apparently I did not. I'm going to grab my take your pick tool again. So Betty has this. Does anybody else have this bundle? It's really fighting with me, isn't it? And I'm going to do another one down here. And actually, let's put one there. And I did use a large one on the original sample, and I just realized that this particular package doesn't have any more large in it. So I went with all small. We've got 5 on there though, so we've stayed with our odd numbers, right? And then on the inside, there's my insert. We're just going to stamp a flower. And we're going to do the floral portion in blue. Debbie has it. Carol has ordered it. Awesome. Awesome. It's a good one. It is a good one. And like I said, if you change your colors to fall colors, you've got fall cards, subtles, you can do spring cards. There we go. Purple center, blue flower. And I'm leaving it blank because this right now just says a card to say hello. So it can become a thinking, like I said, I've been thinking of you, a birthday, whatever you like. I think I need thinking of you cards because in the matter of about 3 phone calls, I found 3 friends that are having some rough times right now. So I might be sending out a few things. They're thinking of you cards. Okay, so there's project number 1. What do you think? Do you like that one? And then we're going to use one of the annual catalogs to do a Christmas card. Okay. And remember to comment, even if you're watching after the video, right? Because I go back right before we go live the next time to draw the winner. So comment, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. All right, so there is our card. It's a little bit of a fun flap. It will stand up, okay? Because we have this panel here still, that's the front fold. And we're going to use puff paint. How many of you have used puff paint? Oh, thanks, guys. Anybody got puff paint? So I'm using thick basic white, and I know we've talked about the difference between the thick basic and the standard white. It just gives us a little bit more stability in our card base with the thick. And this is actually cut to 5.5 by 6 1/4. So that's where we're going to get our front flap from. Janine has. And I've got some Night of Navy. And I've got some of the Sweetest Gnome Designer Series paper. That's where the snowflake pattern comes from. That is a cute paper. I will give you some very sad news. The holly leaves or the Designer Series paper that goes with the Leaves of Holly suite is gone. They discontinued it today. It was on my order, as a matter of fact. So now I'm praying that what I have is going to get me through the project that I need it for my stamp camp. But it has been made not available. Discontinued, I should say. All right, so we've just layered and then layered onto our front flap as well. And then I'm going to bring in a layer of basic white. Now this is the regular basic white that I'm using now. And let's pull out some of our pieces and parts here. Do I have a piece of scrap paper? I do. Put that on there to protect our grid paper. So I'm going to be playing with a couple of different sets to make this card. The first one is Wisteria Wonder. And I don't know if I've done it here or if I did it over on Facebook, but when I first saw this set, I saw Christmas trees immediately. So here's my Christmas trees done with the Wisteria Wonder Blossom. I think this was actually a club card that we did back in the summer. So I'm making up with soft succulent to start. And I'm just going to stamp my trees right about there. Okay. And then I'm just going to ink up the one tree. And I'm going to stamp it. I want to make sure it's fully inked. There we go. And I'm going to stamp it just down a little bit further. So it's coming down the hill. Then we're going to bring in Evening Evergreen. And this is the detail of the two-step stamps out of Wisteria Wonder. And we're just going to put it down over top. So the more solid image is a threesome, right? It comes out in 3. I just inked the one on the ink pad to get the single item, but your detail stamp is a standalone. It's all by itself. Then I have some balmy blue ink. Let's close this one up before I lay my hand in it. I grab some balmy blue. And I've got the snowflakes from the Peaceful Deer set. So the Peaceful Deer was a carryover. It's a really good one. It has a coordinating punch for the deers that are jumping. It also has this sit down deer. This little image here creates a wreath around their neck. So that's kind of cute. You could do that. We've got snowflakes. We have trees here. They just weren't the size I wanted. And I wanted that ability to have the two-tone trees with the Evening Evergreen and the soft succulent. So I opted not to use those. We even have antlers so we can make it a buck. And we have a different bunny than I used tonight. We have a nice tall bunny. So really nice stamp set. And I don't know that it'll be back next year. So if you like it and you haven't gotten it yet, it might be something to think about during the sale, because they don't often bring them back multiple years. You know what I mean? I'm going to just randomly ink this up and stamp the snowflakes. And I'll twist it as I need to. I'd like to get just 1 or 2. Let me clean it. I'll give it a clean, and then I'll see if I can just get 1 or 2 down in there between those couple of trees. Yes, I can. Look at that. Okay. So selective inking on our stamps gives us our background. And then our little bunny, I stamped him. Now the little guy, he's a little bit different than the one in the Peaceful Deer stamp set. He actually came out of Regal Reindeer. He's right there. But his size was more of what I was going for, because really the bunny shouldn't be bigger than the deer, in my opinion. I don't know if you agree with that or not. But I felt like he needed to be a little bit smaller. So he is going to go on just with seal. I'm going to put him right about there. It's so cute. And I also did go ahead and stamp, because this has a die. This out of the Peaceful Deer set does not. So I did fussy cut her out. And I didn't want you to have to sit there and watch me do that. So I went ahead and did her as well. I colored the bunny. I stamped him in Memento, of course. And then I colored him with, I think it was the light and dark gray granite. And the deer I have colored with, I stamped her in Early Espresso, and I'm coloring her with light and dark crumb cake. I'm going to move her over a little bit. There we go. So that's cute just the way it is, right? But let's step it up a notch, shall we? Oh, and I also use light flirty flamingo in the bunny's ears. We got to have a little pink action going on there, right? All right, I have the Merry Christmas. Now this comes from the Peaceful Deer set. So again, I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm using up all those scraps, guys. So I've got another tiny strip here. Night of Navy for this one. And this one really is the size of the stamps. So I might have to do this one a couple times. Yeah, let's slip that over. See if we can get it centered just a little bit better. Maybe not. We'll see. Oh no, I think that was worse. Hey, you know what? I came prepared. if you don't know, if you didn't watch me Sunday night over on Facebook, I only have sight in one eye right now. And this is a little challenging when you only have sight in one eye because your depth perception is already off because of that. So, okay, we're going to take that one. That one looks pretty good. I just needed to get it a little bit more even so that there was an equitable amount of white space on each end. So our color in our snowflake background is Pacific Point. So that's what I'm using to mount our greeting on. And that's going to pop up right there. I'm not going to mount that until we do the puff paint, because the heat will make the adhesive release. Yes, my brain will eventually engage, I'm sure. Apparently I was not able to speak and look for what I was trying to find all at the same time. And then I am using a greeting from, I think it's called Brightest Glow. This is a great Christmas set as well. That is in the mini. So that one you wouldn't be able to get at a 20% discount. But there's a couple of fun Christmas greetings in the deer set that you could use. Okay, very good. Now, I'm not so worried about that, right? Because we're going to eventually bring this in. So it's going to be hidden. Don't have to worry about getting it behind that skinny little flap. All right, so here's our puff paint. The biggest tips, there's two big tips I want to make sure you're aware of when using the puff paint. First of all, you want to shake it really, really well. Okay, you want to make sure that it's not real runny. I mean, it'll be runny, but you want to make sure it's all mixed up really well. That's going to give you the best effect. And then the other is that when you put the heat tool to it, as soon as you see it to start puffing, kind of like the embossing powder, as soon as you see the embossing powder start to melt, you want to get that heat tool moving, because you can toast the puff paint. It's kind of like a marshmallow. So you can take your pretty white snow and turn it brown. So we don't want to do that. I always start off so that if there is a lot of liquid running right there, I'm not going to have it go everywhere onto the project piece. I also am going to stay under the trees, because if you get this into where your tree lines are or where your tree images are, it's going to bleed and the snow is going to turn green. So we're going to give this a little bit of a wide berth here. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go down under this tree. Sure, why not, right? Just bring it down like that. And then I'm going to come in again from this side, come down under the deer. So it looks like she's laying in it. And just follow that line down there. So you can put your puff paint wherever you'd like it. I know lots of people want to dot the trees to make it look like snow, but again, it will bleed green. Oh, it's fun, Claude or Corinne. So I'm going to actually let my heat tool warm up a little bit. And the other thing is I went with a fairly light pan. If you want more, you can always go back and add more, right? It's just like anything. You can add more, but you can't always take it away. And there, hopefully you're seeing how it's starting to puff. And again, when I see it start to do that, the sheen that's on it when it's wet will go away. And it looks just like snow. And the hotter the gun, the faster it looks like snow, right? So let's take a look at that. So I have a couple places I'm going to go and I'm going to add a little bit more. And even though I shook it really well before we did that, I'm going to shake it again. Yeah, it does. Doesn't it, Carol? I know, it's perfect. It's perfect. And if you want bigger snowbanks, you just go back and you add a little bit more. I had like right under the deer, it didn't necessarily come up the way I want it. Always start off, right? So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do it again. See if I can make that a little thicker. Down through here, we're going to add some. Now, hopefully I don't have snow outside my window piling up like this, right? That would not make me happy. Although again, I don't have to go anywhere till Friday, so. This again, have a little bit more dimension. There we go. That's coming up now. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Can you see it in the camera? Can I not lay my hand down in it? Trying to make sure I'm in the camera. I forgot how much of a delay there is. And the other thing is too, like I probably will go back when I'm off camera and do that again when we're done with the video, just because if you put the heat tool on it for too long, then it'll flatten it out too. So again, it's very similar to embossing powder, right? Let the heat tool warm up, it'll go faster. And if you stay on it too long, it not only will it could potentially color it brown, burn it basically, but it will also flatten it out. So I'll go back and add a little bit extra there, but I think that looks really cute. All right, let's put the rest of the card together. Now I am going to cheat and put my adhesive on my navy rather than on the back of my white. So I don't want to press that down while it's still warm. I want it to have enough time to set up. Okay. The other thing I did, because you got to have a little sparkle. Got to have a little sparkle. I just took my Stella onto the larger snowflakes. And I didn't even worry about staying in the lines. And you've got to have a Stella at this time of the year, right? And I shook that up too. I don't know if you noticed, before I opened the cap, I just kind of gave it a couple of shakes. Always store your Stella pointing down so that the ink stays at the tip and doesn't settle into the bottom of the barrel. And you can even add your Stella to your snowbanks so you can have glistening snowbanks. Which is always fun too. Okay. So hopefully you can see, I don't know if the camera will pick up the glisten or not. I don't have the one light on tonight simply because it hits my eye and then I'm no good. I'm no good at that point. Let's grab some dimensionals here.
I do try.
And Alexa's speaking to me for some reason. Not really sure why. Uh-oh, we're gonna have a visitor. Nope, she's going the other way. Maybe Ivy was gonna come join us. I have 3 cats, if you don't know, Ivy, Bailey, and Trace. Ivy and Bailey are girls, Trace is a boy. And tonight I came back from dinner, back downstairs from dinner, and Bailey had decided my office was closed because she had positioned herself in my office chair that I sit at to work and design, and she was sound asleep. And that's where she sleeps at night. So I figure she thought, oh, the office is closed. Mom went upstairs, so I guess it's good for me to go to bed. We are going to line that up over here on the edge. hopefully somewhat straight. All right, and then put that on our card front. So again, and I always say this, right? Here's the tip. You are only going to put adhesive on a small portion of the back of this and attach it. And you want about, that's about 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch showing on the right side. But otherwise, you will seal your card shut if you put it all over. And if you really don't want to smash any of that snow down, which now that it's dry, it's pretty good. It doesn't really smash too bad. Then just use your liquid glue. And I'm just using my fingers to add. And there we go. How cute is that? 2 little gems, and we've got this one completed. And I think it's awesome that we have Christmas sets in the annual catalog, especially since that comes out in March. If you're somebody that likes to get started on your Christmas cards early, well, that's fabulous then, right? Because you can grab some of the sets that are in the annual while you're waiting for the holiday mini. And I don't know if we will, but maybe we'll have even a few more next year, since we're only going to, we're going to have the annual catalog for a couple of months and the holiday won't come out until September. Okay. So there are 2 cards. Obviously, I was in a blue mood. I was apparently in a blue mood when I did these, but I hope you like them. I hope it makes you think about going and checking out the annual catalog. And seriously, guys, take advantage of that sale, because I really have not seen them do a sale like that before. So grab those bundles by separating them and getting the stamp item number and the die item number separately entered, so that you get the full 15 and 20% off. And also check out the designer papers, the embossing folders, the punches. It's a really great time to put an order in. And I will have the measurements for you below for both cards, so you can check that out. Give me about 15-20 minutes and that'll be up. And I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week. I'll be live over on my Facebook page Thursday morning at 10, and hope you'll join me there. And then I'll be back Sunday night at 8 over there as well. And then next Tuesday, we'll be right back here. Have a great one. Take care. Be safe. Thanks.